Hello. Oh, hello, friends. Welcome. Wow. What a way to start off. I've got a frog in my throat. Welcome, friends. My name is Ruel Gaviola. Today is a special day. It's Wednesday, which means it's Words on Wednesday here on Tabletop tonight. I've got this really cool thing I want to show off. Look, it's amazing. It's a neon light from our friends at Extra Life, and we had partnered with them last month, and we were so proud of what we did. We raised a lot of money for Children's Medical Network, which helps children and families in need. Really proud of what we did, and they sent me this little thank you, which I can't get over. It's a I'll take a picture of it. I don't know if it's coming through on camera that well, but it's this nice little neon light with the Extra Life logo. Super stoked about that. I'm gonna drink something because my throat is all scratchy. Supreme YDNAC is in the house. Hello. Bottom Shelf, good to see you here. Corthane. Tangipu was the first one in the house. Thank you. Distant Bevel, hello. That's very nice. Having a choking good time. Yeah, I am. What I'm doing today, folks, for Words on Wednesday, if you never joined me here before, what I do is typically read some excerpts of some books that are coming out, and then I play word-based games. I'm changing up a little bit because, again, I am in an Airbnb. I am my home is under repair right now, major plumbing issues, and so Michelle and I are here in Airbnb for the next few weeks. We've been here already, 2.5 weeks. We're working on week 3 and 4 and 5 are coming up, and probably till the end of the month, if not the start of next month as well. It's been very challenging. I've talked about it a few times here on stream. I haven't been streaming as much, but now that I have this temporary setup, I'm doing the best I can. It's not easy. The space, the table is like tiny. I did do Kinfire Chronicles last week, which worked out, I thought, great. Even though I had limited space. Was it last week or might have been this Monday? What's today? No, it was last week. But that was the challenge, but we got through it, and looking forward to playing this game here on Monday, Age of Comics. It's a new Euro game coming out on Kickstarter. They launched on Monday, actually, which is interesting. So I'll be doing a live playthrough on Monday, so you can check out that. Distant Babel says, oh no, sorry to hear about that. Went through the, yeah, 80-year-old house. Yeah, now our house is, I think, around 25 years old. So life expectancy of certain things has reached it's reached its lifespan. Apparently, so things need to be replaced and or repaired. But yeah, it's never fun when it happens, and just being out of the house, it's tough to sleep in a different bed, right? Thank you, Tiajipu. Excuse me. Yeah, folks, hydrate with me, folks. Do it, please. Supreme, you are correct. That is a copy of Dark Park. You see, right there. Now, I will be playing it for the Rahdo Runs Through channel, but I'm also playing it here on my channel. Michelle and I, now, her birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and we were planning on doing this charity stream for her birthday to raise some money for our local Pug Nation Rescue LA. That's the organization that helps rescue pugs in need, and we adopted our 2 pugs, Meeple and Mookie, from them. So we wanted to, pay it forward, raise some money for them. We did raise a little money on, thanks to Michelle's fundraiser on Facebook, but we really wanted to stream something, and our plan was, and it still is, our plan is to live stream a few dog related games. Dog Park would have been like the big one, right? I also have Good Puppers, and we were hoping to get a copy of, not Dog Lady, it's Cat Lady from AEG, then the dog one, whatever that one's called. Dog Lover, I believe it is. So we want to do like 3 dog related games and stream for a little while, have like a mini Gaviola game night, and raise money for charity through that event. But with everything that's been going on, we've had to keep pushing it back. So that is on hiatus right now. It's on hold. It's not indefinite. It will eventually happen. We just got to make sure that we have the energy to do it, and I would like to do it at home, just because this space here, I mean, I've only been streaming solo lately because it's tiny, and Michelle could sit right next to me. It'd be super cramped. We're already cramped in our studio. I mean, that studio, we can fit 3 people at a table with a little, I mean, it's got a little elbow room, but 2 people is ideal for that studio setup. This studio setup, 1 person, and that's it. But we will see how things go. And again, I thank you all for joining me today. Supreme says, well, that's exciting. Definitely looking forward to that. Dog Park is one of my most anticipated. Yeah, you know, I've got to post a picture. So the dog part, there's all kinds of different dogs, folks, in this game, and you're walking dogs. That's the whole thing. I think it's a pick up and deliver game, where you are dog walkers in New York, and you're walking the dogs around the neighborhood. What we loved is there's all kinds of breeds of dogs in the game, and of course there's a pug. We love pugs in this family, but the pug that's representing the game is a black pug, which we love. But then they also had as an added extra item, they had 4 different dogs with alternative art, which they included. So there was like, I think like a different like poodle or whatever, but they had a different pug. And the pug, it was a fawn color, which matches our pugs, Mookie and Meeple, and also our beloved Bruno, who passed away last year. So we're excited about that. We are thrilled to be doing that. Hey, speaking of dogs, I've got a book that I'm going to share an excerpt with you all here called The Underdogs Catch a Cat Burglar. This is a graphic novel by Kate and Joel Temple, with art by Sheila Gordon. So we'll be taking a look at that. I just read excerpts, folks, so this is definitely for younger readers, but we have something for a little more mature readers as well. Super excited about this. The Princess and the Scoundrel, a Star Wars book. Y'all know I love Star Wars, and I'm very fortunate that Penguin Random House, the publisher, I got on their list, and they've been sending me books for the last couple of years. So I do this where I used to just do random streams where I would read books or excerpts of books, and so I rolled that over into like a show called Words on Wednesday, and that's what we're doing today. So I'll read excerpts out of that, and also finally, this one I'm super excited about. Hi, Foglight, good to see you here, by the way. And Bottom Shelf says, the only thing better than a dog game is 2 dog games. Correct. And better than 2 dog games, 3 dog games. Foglight says, ooh, Dog Park, I am excited. Should be coming to the mail soon. How's it going, Ruel? I'm hanging in there, my friend. Things are rough with the plumbing issues. Living out of Airbnb. Don't get me wrong, the Airbnb is nice, and we are fortunate to have homeowners and insurance that takes care of it. But it's just being displaced, you know, and I had to lug all my streaming equipment here. Michelle has been, working on her laptop when she's at home. And, the pugs, Meeple and Mookie, they've been okay. They've adjusted. We're trying to treat it like a vacation house. But we've been here 2.5 weeks now, and it's like, okay, it's semi-home, but it's not home. The beds are not as comfortable as the ones at home. I told Michelle yesterday. So I try to go back to the house once a day just to check on things, get the mail, etc. We're about 15-20 minutes away, so it's not too bad. But I told Michelle, I just want to lay in our own bed for like an hour, and I was like half asleep, but it just felt so good. It's just so much better for my back and everything, and like the bed here is just not as comfortable. But hey, Arcane Wonders just gave out a community gift, so thank you, Arcane Wonders, much appreciated. Folks, if you're new to the channel, we do analog alerts like this. So, usually on Twitch you have the alerts. Well, this is our version of Twitch alerts. Alert, we have a new subscription, a gift sub from our friends at Arcane Wonders, who we've been fortunate to partner with a few times during Tabletop Tonight over the last couple of years. So, whenever we do gifts, we say gift. Thank you, Arcane Wonders. Much appreciated. And again, thank you for your continued support of Tabletop Tonight. Folks, did you know it's September? I did not know September was a thing. I'm going to drop a link right there. All Twitch subscriptions are discounted right now. So normally here in the US, it's $4.99 for a month. Right now, it's $3.99 a month. And Amazon Prime members, if you have a Prime membership, you get 1 sub for free. So I never do this, but I had to because it's September. It's a thing, I guess. So I put a goal. So my subscription numbers have really dropped low lately because I've not been streaming much the last few weeks because, again, plumbing issues and whatnot. So I'm below 50 subs for the first time pretty much since I started streaming on Twitch 2 years ago. Things have just dropped off, so I would appreciate your support, folks. Feel free to support through subscriptions or spending bits or dropping, coffee or my PayPal. I have all of those on there. Let me see. Socials, is that it? Those are the socials. I thought I had a command here where you can find out how to support the channel. But you know what? Any support that you can give, if you can afford it, I would appreciate it. It helps things, helps me improve the stream, helps me pay the bills, frankly. Internet is going It's getting more expensive, folks. Everything's getting more expensive. But again, take care of your bills first. If you have a couple extra bucks left over after your bills and whatnot, I would appreciate the support. So thank you again, Arcane Wonders, for gifting that sub. By the way, one more thing. Check out our Discord, folks. We have such a great time there. And because of the fam bam in the community, on our Discord community, it's been really great for me personally, because we've been able to play games on Board Game Arena. What we do, we'll like gather on the Discord, talk, and people will say, hey, let's play this or let's play that. I was at one point, I was in 15 different games the other night. I was doing poorly on most of them, but I did get into a patchwork tournament, which our friend Dead Lastigan, he hosted. And I came in, I think, second place in the patchwork tournament. So that was great out of like 15 people. I was really excited about that. But we also, you know, I played Lost Ruins of Arnak. I played Azul, played Santorini. Played some new games as well, some new to me games. It was Sea, Salt, and Paper, which was interesting. Also the new Phil Walker Harding game, Praise Be, My Shelfie, also played that. So there's a lot of cool things going on BGA. Please join us there, and we'd love to play games with you. You can find me at Ruel Gaviola, and my handle pretty much everywhere. Find me on BGA there. I do like to BGA after work, after it ends. Foglight says after it ends. Yeah. Foglight, find me on, I think we're friends on BGA. We should get in the game together sometime. Supreme says, Ruel, have you ever played Morals, the two-player... No! I've heard about it. I heard it's so good, and it was out of print for a while, right? And then wasn't there like a new Kickstarter version? Which, darn it, I think I missed. I remember hearing about it, Supreme. Did Richard talk about it on the R&R show? Corthane agrees, great game. Oh, I need to try that. Oh my gosh. Folks, what I'm going to do... Yep, that's exactly right. Cool. I'm going to read some excerpts of the books. Hang out with me. We're going to do the book thing. And then we're going to play some word-based games. And usually what I do is like crossword puzzles or other games that are word-based. I usually do like an analog game. But again, all my games, like 95% of my games are in storage right now because the plumbing issues affected my studio / workspace, and I had to get rid of, or not get rid of, I had to put a bunch of stuff in storage. They did it for me, but it's tough. Like all the games I have are these. I got another pile here, then I have some at the house. These are all the games I'm working on content for the next few weeks, about a month and a half or so. So thankfully I've got that stuff. I don't know if you can see, yeah, Mookie just showed up. That's our pug Mookie. Hey Mookie. Like, yeah, there's a bed here, and this is like the den area of the Airbnb, and they put a couple of beds here. It's sort of interesting. So the pugs will hang out here while I do this stuff. So anyways, we'll do a crossword in a bit, but I do want to get over to this screen. Hi, Slivers. Good to see you. I'm going to be reading some excerpts from these books, so we got a couple of great books here. The one I was super excited, I'll save for last, A Gamut of Games by Sid Saxon. Now, this one... I actually ordered it right before Gen Con, over about a month ago, and it showed up. It literally showed up this when I got from back from Gen Con. The UPS or whoever it was delivered it right when I walked up to the door to come home. It was great, perfect timing. I forgot I'd ordered it, and sure enough, I opened it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a used copy. Of course, this thing's been long out of print for many years. This book's from 1969, I believe, or 1970. Sid Saxon was so ahead of his time, a game designer, American game designer, who probably best known for Acquire and Can't Stop, but he also did a lot of little games. And in this book here, this is seriously just a book of games that he came up with that you can play with like standard deck of cards, standard D6 dice, or just paper and pencil. It's amazing. And I'll show a couple of things here, and I think it's really neat too. At the end of it, he does like, I don't know, like a couple of dozen reviews of games that were out at the time, which is interesting. Like you'll see him reviewing Monopoly. So it's almost like a 1969 analog version of BGG. I think it's awesome. So come stick around for that. I'm going to say that the best for last, I think. But we shall see. Ariel, hi. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I know things have been sort of tough for you lately, but thank you for joining us, and hang out and chill as I read some books. So what I'm doing here, Words on Wednesday, folks, I'm going to read some excerpts. We're going to start with The Underdogs, Catch a Burglar. This is from Kate and Joel Temple, art by Shiloh Gordon. And I have no idea about this series. They sent it to me. I was excited because I love animals, of course. And then these graphic novels, when I grew up, we didn't really have many of these. And I feel like this generation has been very fortunate, and I know my niece loves them. Actually, both my nieces and my nephew, I'm thinking they've all come up with these type of what's the one, a kid with a what? Oh my gosh, you know what I'm talking about? The series kid with a, I don't know, was it Invisible Kid? I don't know. I don't know, but these graphic novels that follow kids in like elementary slash middle school, their adventures. I've read a few of these, and they're fantastic. Like, I would have eaten these up as a kid back in my day, but we had like, we didn't have graphic novels. It was either comic books, which I loved, or just straight novels, or I think there was like short stories in certain magazines, like I don't know, whatever magazines we were reading back then. But I love that they have graphic novels nowadays, and it's a wonderful thing. I want to see more. What is that? It's killing me. I'm going to look it up. I got to get the keyboard because it's going to bug me. Kid with, let me see, graphic novels for kids. If anyone knows the name of it, it's like graphic novels for kids. Not Captain Underpants. That one I remember my nephew really, really liked. It wasn't that one. Oh my gosh. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Thank you, Tangy. Oh my gosh, there it is. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, right? So that was it. Thank you for that. It was killing me not knowing what that was. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I remember my nephew and my niece really enjoyed those. And now my other niece, who's coming out of that age where she's really little, now she's growing up. She did Diary of a Wimpy Kid. She really got into like right now she's into like manga and anime, so I think it's really neat that she's into those things. Again, when I was growing up, we didn't have them. I mean, I did do comic books, which was great, but I loved the whole graphic novel thing. Bottom Shelf says Bone is really cool, came out. Yeah, that, oh my gosh. Bone by Jeff, I forget the last name of the author. I've read a few of those issues. I did not keep up with this entire series, but I heard the entire series, like the long haul, is just amazing. Ara says, kiddo will not read chapter books, but loves graphic novels on all. Well, yes, awesome, right? As long as they're reading. Agreed. And even chapter books. I don't know if I had that as a kid. I just remember, I mean, we had smaller books, but I don't remember specifically graphic novels or chapter books. So again, I think it's great that young readers have all these options, and that's why I like doing this. I like to think about when I was this age and I didn't have this, and I want to share these here. I know there's been a few parents in chat every now and then who will stop in and they'll actually, check something out and say, hey, I would like to get a copy of that. And these are now available on your, at your, if there's your friendly local bookstore, they should be there. Or if not, you can order on your favorite online retailer. This one I had to special order. I had to dig around for this one and found it through a seller on Amazon, I think. But anyways, Mouse is a classic. Yes, early 80s, I think. Yeah, Mouse is an absolute classic. Actually, I have the hardcover that has Mouse and Mouse 2. I mean, those are just... I don't know if you... I don't know. It's just so moving to me. Mouse, like one of the few graphic novels that literally moved me to tears. It's so interesting. They basically took... Art Spiegelman basically took cats and mice, right? The cats were the Nazis. This is World War II. It's a story of Art Spiegelman's family during the Holocaust, and the mice are the Jewish people. I mean, it's very powerful, very moving. And if you were gonna read only one graphic novel, honestly, I would say that one. The big three of the 80s: Mouse. What was the other ones? The Dark Knight, that's the Batman series by Frank Miller, and then the Alan Moore series, Watchmen. Those were the three like genre defining or breaking during the 80s. Those are the big ones, and that's pretty much what I remember from that period. Just three classics. I can recommend any of them, but definitely Mouse. Okay, let's take a look here. The Sandman is another class. Yes, Disembowel. And Sandman, folks, again, the hot show on, is it HBO or Netflix? I think it's Netflix now, based on Neil Gaiman's classic series. So check that out. Oh, Corthing, thank you so much for resubscribing. Folks, we are trying to get to 50 subs, and honestly, I'd like to double that if we can. I'd like to get to 100. During, when I'm streaming a lot, I do have numbers that hover around there, but I have not been streaming much. I am here in my temporary Airbnb, so subs have dropped, but you know, all that money does help me out. It does help pay for some bills, so I would appreciate it. So thank you. And Corthane says that they've gotten good luck using thriftbook.com for getting. Oh, cool. I've not used that Corthane. Folks, let's check out thriftbook.com. But first, let's say hi to our friends, A&M Game School. Appreciate the raid. Thank you so much. And I'm going to put on the raiding helmet. I'm going to put on this scene. Now, folks, if you don't know, my name is Ruel Gaviola. This is Tabletop Tonight. Today is Words on Wednesday, when we do a word-based games, and we also read excerpts out of books, analog books, right? Because we're an analog channel. We love analog board games. Stream board games a couple of times a week, and also do analog alerts like this one. This is the 2021 Raid helmet. It's supposed to be the 2022, but my upgrade, aka a post-it, fell off recently. I need to re-stick it on here. But thanks for the Raid A&M board game school. Let me know what you're up to. I think you're doing Board Game Arena today, right? I found A&M Game School recently through another raid. Very, very friendly folks. And let us know what you're playing, how it went. And thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Again, we're doing analog alerts here. I was just talking about subscriptions. It's September. Don't forget, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you got 1 free sub per month. We would appreciate it if you use it here to support the channel or any of your favorite Twitch streamers. So thank you for the raid. The helmet is off for now, but who knows, it may come back later. And let's get back. What I'm doing today is I'm going to do some games after we read some excerpts out of books. So the first one is The Underdogs Catch a Cat Burglar. And so I'm going to read a short little excerpt, and then folks, this is available on at your friendly local bookstore or your favorite online retailer. A&M Game School says they played through the short games on BGA that start with S. Oh, wow, that's cool. So let's see, what games start with S? Santorini, which I just played, and I got crushed. I thought I knew how to play that game. I jumped right into a couple games with someone online and a member of the Discord community, actually. So let me drop that link. For those of you who are new here, our Discord community is really fun, family-friendly, and we play board games together on Board Game Arena, and we set up the games through Discord. One of the people that was on Discord just crushed me twice, and I was embarrassed. I was like, man, I thought I knew how to play this game, and they had never played before. So yeah, join us in Discord. We'll set up some games, folks, and we'll play. Similo, I love Similo. Yes, the cooperative game. Sushi Go, a classic drafting game. Sevens I have not played, or Splitto I have not played. Thanks for the lurk, Al. Appreciate you. Splitto I've never. What else starts with an S? Like Santorini, Similo, Sushi Go, Sevens, and Splitto. Cool. Tell you what, I'm going to continue reading this, so I'll just read a few pages. This is The Underdogs Catch a Cat Burglar. Chapter 1. Let me tell you how many cats there used to be in the Underdog Detective Agency. 0. Zilch. Not 1. Then along came Fang. 1 eye, 3 teeth, a kink on her tail. Wouldn't you pick her as a Dogtown detective? Would you? Hi there. So this is Fang. Tabby cat, wants to be a detective, loves sardines. It's got 1 eye. For starters, she's not a dog. She's a cat. Yes, I know what you're thinking. What's a cat even doing in Dogtown? Well, there are lots of different animals living in Dogtown. True, it's mostly dogs. Excuse me. But there are always exceptions. Fang is one of them. Welcome to Dogtown population. A ton, a lot. Oh my goodness. You see, Fang grew up in Dogtown, a strange place for a cat to grow up. But Fang's parents taught cat at the local school, so Dogtown is all she ever knew. How to speak cat, purr, hiss. And the dog is asking, how do you spell meow? At school, her dog friends showed her all the local customs. How to bark at the door. Bark, woof, woof. How to chase balls. How to whiz on trees. Step 1, lift leg. Step 2, pee. Oh, these are totally reminding me of Meeple and Mookie, our pugs. Fang's dog friends did all these things very well, and Fang did them all very badly. Oh, Fang. Her bark was a meow. Bark, bark, bark. Meow. She got bored of chasing the same stupid ball, and the idea of whizzing on trees seemed gross and very embarrassing. Yuck. I love the dog. Hi. When school finished, everyone went off to get jobs in Dogtown, including Fang. She tried her paw as a sheepdog, but the sheep took no notice of her. Bah. She put her tail to work in the ski resorts with the Huskies, but she kept falling down. She spent a week as a ball girl at the tennis club, but the Jack Russells just shook their heads. She even tried out as an official butt sniffer. Her parents suggested she try something less doggish, like a curtain installer. Rip! Oh, this is clever. Let me see how much further. I don't want to read. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm gonna end it here, folks. But that didn't work either. Fang knew there had to be something she was good at, but what? What Fang needed was a sign, and here it is. Do you have what it takes to be an underdog detective? Hey, a sign. Fang went inside. It didn't look much like a detective agency. It looked like a soup factory. Bum, bum, bum. And there you go, folks. There is your preview of The Underdogs by Kate and Joel Temple. Catch a Cat Burglar, art by Shiloh Gordon. And, here's a little... I should have just read this, perhaps, the synopsis on back. But crime is on the rise in Dogtown. It's all thanks to an elusive cat burglar. The Underdog Detective Agency is on the case, but they aren't exactly the best sleuths. Okay, I'll leave it at that. There it is, friends. Want to thank Random House for Penguin Random House, their young readers division, for sending this over. Thank you so much. That is The Underdogs Catch a Cat Burglar. And let's move on. And I want to say hello, Trombone Dalek. Thank you for the follow. We are doing Words on Wednesday, but we also do analog alerts, and one of them is Felicia the Follow Fish. She shows up whenever we have a new follower, and she swims around, says hello, and then she swims away. And all of us, including y'all in chat, we say, bye, Felicia. Thank you, Corthane, for the bye, Felicia. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Trombone, welcome. Good to see you here. It's Words on Wednesday, where I am reading books, and then we're going to play some word-based games. We're probably going to stick with some crosswords today, just real chill, and then we'll call it a day. Hey, thank you, Tangy Poo, for the bye, Felicia's. Always good to see that. The Princess and the Scoundrel, folks, my favorite, your favorite scoundrel in the galaxy, Mr. Han Solo, with the love of his life, Princess Leia. Let's see what this says here. Oh, I want you, Han stated flatly. Me? She looked around. Although the base below had been bustling with activity, this part of the village was remarkably quiet. For what? Forever, Han said. Leia's confusion shifted to something else, something he couldn't quite read. He never could tell everything going on in her mind, and he loved that about her. He loved her. She was a princess, the face of the rebellion, the new government's greatest hope, a symbol more than a person. But she was also just Leia, and she was his. Han needed her the same way he needed the Falcon. Sure, he could fly without her, but what was the point? Marry me, Han said. Oh, look at that. It's the Princess and the Scoundrel. Let me just make sure this says embargo. Okay, so this is already out. The embargo is no longer necessary. This is written by Beth Rebus. Let's see what Beth has done. A New York Times bestselling author with books available in more than 20 languages, including writes sci-fi, fantasy, contemporary novels, including Across the Universe, Star Wars Rebel Rising, Give the Dark My Love, and A World Without You. A native of North Carolina, North Kakalaka, Rivas lives in a rural corner of the state with her son and her husband. Ah, very nice. So she's written some Star Wars stuff before. And instead of going through the chat, I'll give you a brief... Well, let's take a look where this falls in the Star Wars timeline. I'm assuming it's after Return of the Jedi sometime. Let's see. What's the name of this? Princess and Scoundrel. So, Return of the Jedi. Okay, immediately after Return of the Jedi, the Princess the Scoundrel. Then you have the stuff here, Force Awakens. So I've previewed a few of these books, folks. If you've been here for the long haul, you've heard me do excerpts for quite a few of these. There have been Star Wars, the Star Wars imprint with Random House. They've been very generous and sent a lot of these books over. I love the Thrawn series, the original. I actually started reading Thrawn here back in the day. I would do a chapter day or chapter a week, and that sort of fell off. Just didn't have time to do it anymore, but I would like to bring it back. We were doing Tattooing Tuesdays for a while. That's been put on hold because Tuesdays now I'm doing the R&R show with Rahdo once a month. So maybe on the off weeks I can bring back Tattooing Tuesday. We'll see. But let's take a look at what this is all about here. Princess Leia Organa and Han Solo. You are cordially invited to the wedding of Princess Leia Organa and Han Solo. The Death Star is destroyed. Darth Vader is dead. The Empire is desolate, but on the forest moon of Endor, among the chaos of a changing galaxy, time stands still for a princess and her scoundrel. After being frozen in carbonite, then risking everything for the rebellion, Han is eager to stop living his life for other people. Han and Leia have earned their future together 1,000 times over. And when he proposes to Leia, it's the first time in a long time he's had a good feeling about this. For Leia, a lifetime of fighting doesn't seem truly over. There's work still to do, penance to pay for the dark secret that she now knows runs through her veins. Her brother Luke is offering her that chance, one that comes with family and the promise of the Force. But when Han asks her to marry him, Leia finds her answer immediately on her lips, yes. Yet happily ever after doesn't come easily. As soon as Han and Leia depart their idyllic ceremony for their honeymoon, they find themselves on the grandest and most glamorous stage of all, the Halcyon, a luxury vessel on a very public journey to the most wondrous worlds in the galaxy. Their marriage and the peace and prosperity it represents are a lightning rod for all, including Imperial remnants still clinging to power. Facing their most desperate hour, the soldiers of the Empire have dispersed across the galaxy, retrenching on isolated planets vulnerable to their influence. As the Halcyon travels from world to world, one thing becomes abundantly clear. The war is not over. But as danger draws closer, Han and Leia find that they fight their best battles not alone, but as husband and wife. Oh my gosh. And of course, this is a little more poignant knowing where the story goes, right? Leia and Han in a sequel trilogy, Force Awakens, and then Last Jedi, and of course, Rise of Skywalker. Knowing how there's characters, where they ended up, this is going to be definitely more, a little bittersweet. But hopefully we find moments of happiness amongst the Empire and the Rebellion, or remnants of the Empire and the rising First Order. But we shall see. I'm excited to check this one out. Again, that's The Princess and the Scoundrel, now available in your bookstores everywhere. And finally, we've got this, A Gamut of Games. Has anyone read this, or anyone familiar with the designer Sid Sackson, designer/author? I am a huge fan of Mr. Saxon's. Some of his favorite games, including one in this book, which I'm going to show to you right now. I'm going to go right to it. So basically, this is a collection of games that can be used, played with a standard deck of cards, standard 6-sided dice, and or pen and pencil. So very cool. I am not, but cool, awesome, Corthy. I'm glad you found it. That's fantastic. Sid Sackson, best known for Acquire, and also Can't Stop. There's also a game that I've talked about with Richard on the R&R show called Bazaar. And Bazaar is basically Splendor 20 years before Splendor was even released. So there's a lot of that same like engine building part of Splendor. And it wouldn't surprise me if we found out the designer of Splendor, Marc Andre, had played Bazaar in the past, because there are some similarities. But I mean, it's a different game, but there are definitely similarities. You're basically trading resources for other resources and trying to build an engine where you get those. Really neat game. Bazaar, I think, I want to say it was like late 60s, early 70s, like a lot of Sid Sackson classics. He was so far ahead of his time. And this book he had put together back in 1969. There are dozens and dozens of games in here, therefore it's a gamut of games that you can play using stuff that you can find around your home. So it's such a big and little game, and it shows the type of equipment that you can use. Like this says cards. I think you can use like checkers and so forth as well, pen and paper. A lot of these are cards, and you have card baseball. Ooh, okay. Some familiar with sport required, a game of skill rather than luck. Let's see, page 100. So I'm just gonna go. Let's just randomly flip over to this one, card baseball. I'm interested to see how you play card baseball. Number of players, 2 cards. Equipment, standard deck will play 52 cards. A rough layout of a diamond on a piece of paper. And then this takes you through the setup and the turn order and what to do. So this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 pages of rules. Slam, I'm assuming that's like for basketball maybe, I don't know. But the one I wanted to show you, and if you are part of our Discord community, which I'm going to put right here, you'll know this one because we have a weekly challenge, which is sort of dropped off lately because I haven't really been on top of things just with everything that's going on. But I do want to note that we do have a ongoing bowling solitaire league where we play bowling solitaire, and it's from Sid Sackson himself. We actually found this on BGG, And Bowling Solitaire, you just use a normal deck of cards. You use 2 suits and take out the face cards. So 1 through 10 in 2 suits. That's 20 cards. Set it up like a little bowling setup here. These are the pins. Then these represent the bowling balls. So you draw a card and you're going to try to match numbers basically. And it's so cool. I love this. And actually, when I reread the rules here, there was some like a little ambiguities in the BGG rules that I found. When I read it straight from the book, it made a lot more sense. Maybe because I played it a few times as well. But as long as you know how bowling, you can easily learn the bowling scoring system. But this really, I think it's a really fun game, very thematic. Oh, there's card baseball. So this bowling was right there. So that's the one I want to point out. I also want to point out that, let me check out Corday. Let's see. I'm learning a lot today. Chanji Poo says, thank you. Oh, thank you, Chanji Poo. Appreciate that. Corday says there's a book called The History of Board Games Other Than Chess by H.R. Murray. Ooh, very interesting read. He also did The History of Chess. Okay, that I'm interested in. The History of Board Games. We don't have too many of those, right? I know Bebo did a book on board games a couple of years ago. She kickstarted that one. And I think it actually got picked up. Or maybe, I don't know if she kickstarted or it got picked up by a major publisher. So, anyways, what I want to show, so there's all these games you can play with paper and pencil. I like how this one here, Hold That Line. Sid Saxon basically talks trash about tic-tac-toe. He's like, yeah, tic-tac-toe will put you to sleep, but my game, Hold That Line, will not. So it's really interesting. You start with a 4x4 grid of dots, and then each player takes turns connecting dots. And you could only go in a straight line, and you could do 1 or 2, 3, or 4 dots, your choice. But once you do that, the next player has to start from that one of those ends and then do the same things, draw a line. And the rule is you cannot overlap lines and you cannot touch the same number. So eventually, one of you is going to get stuck, and whoever draws the last line is the loser. So you want to force your opponent to draw the last line. I thought that was so clever. I'm going to play this one with Michelle, hopefully tonight. But anyways, I had alluded to this at the start of the stream here. This here, friends, is a short reviews of games in print. What Sid Saxon did was he looked at all the board games that were on the market at the time, back in 1969, or actually probably a little earlier, because this was published in 69, so I'm assuming in the years leading up to that. And he just did mini reviews. It's almost like a BGG for the analog world. Of course, he talks about his own game, Acquire, here. Let me see. By playing tiles on a board, hotel chains are built, invested in, and merged. Rules are simple, but the opportunity for strategic planning and control the outcome is great. 2 to 6 players. Okay, so he gave himself a pretty good review. Most of these games I have not heard of, but you'll see some of the familiar publishers, like Milton Bradley is one of them. Avalon Hill, look at that. Avalon Hill, well-known, renowned for their war games, was making games back then. Let's see, Money, Game Pass. Oh, there it is. Monopoly from Parker Brothers. The first property game to catch on and still going strong. Moves determined by dice, but the necessity of obtaining a monopoly in order to build houses calls for considerable trading skill. 2 to 10 players. So Sid Saxon gave it a pretty decent review. And let's see, they have Vegas from Hasbro. Again, these companies are still around. 3M. Now 3M, I think they got out of the board game business a while ago, right? But they still do like paper products, and I think they do Post-its. But they used to print board games as well. Some of these companies I've never heard of, like Createch, AMT, Game Science. But then you go into the War and Battle games, Africa Core from Avalon Hill, Anzio, there are a bunch of them, right? Battle of the Bulge. These are the classic Avalon Hill games. And Risk. Oh, Risk. Okay, Risk is here from Parker Brothers. I wonder, they've got to have yep, there it is, from Milton Bradley Stratego. Each player has 40 pieces whose identity only he can see. The marshal is the strongest piece, and only a spy can capture him. Scouts are used for probing the opponent's position, and bombs are used for defense. Oh, so there it is, Mr. Sid Saxon reviewing games back in the late 60s. Miscellaneous Imitation of Life games. I don't know what that is. Careers from Parker Brothers. Okay. So I guess in his own way, he was saying, hey, these are role-playing games. Maybe. Space Chase. Humorous games like Chutzpah, Hutzpah, Funny Bones. Psychological games. Look at that. So I guess maybe social deduction. Mystery games like Clue. Okay. Who Done It? What's that on my head? Why? Word games. Okay, here. Where's Scrabble? They gotta have Scrabble. No, they don't. Now this is. I would be interested to find some of these old school word games. That might be a fun thing to check out in like a thrift store, right? Here's Alphabet. Go Gin. Lingo. Wow, there's really no. Oh, word games part 1, part 2. There's Scrabble crosswords clues. Here's okay. Why are there 3 parts of word games? Where cards with letters or syllables are used to form words. Part 2, where letter dice are thrown and words form from the letters that turn up. And then where part 3 is where various types of equipment are employed for forming words out of letters. So tiles in this case, right? Scrabble. Yep. Letter tiles are played on a board crossword fashion. Okay. So it'd be neat to track down some of these old word games, see if they still hold up, right? What else do we got here? Race games, word games, strategy games. Okay. Race games like Parcheesi. I've actually played that one. Aggravation. I remember that. Trouble. Oh my gosh. Wait, no. This is a Parcheesi variation with the movement of the men controlled by one die, enclosed in a plastic dome. Okay, so the Trouble was... Wow, that was back in the 60s. Okay, the strategy games. Never heard any of those. Focus by Sid Saxon, of course. Paso. Mob strategy penetration. Swahili. Tactical. Troke. Watch. More strategy games. And so as you can see, Sid, Mr. Saxon, was ahead of his time not only in game design, but also doing reviews of games. Mini reviews. It's so interesting. Number games. Oh. Quinto. Huh. Coup d'etat. Cross-up poker. Pokino. Then card games like Dutch Blitz I've heard of. Pit. Oh yeah, no, Pit has been around since like 1920. It's like a 100-year-old game, folks. Fast and lively game where players all at the same time trade commodity cards in an attempt to get a complete set and corner the market, preferably in a more valuable commodity. Bull and bear cards at bonus of penalty. 3 to 7 player. This game is loud. If you've never played Pit, great party game. You are basically, it's like the end of that movie Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and what's his name? Eddie Murphy and I forget, Dan Aykroyd. Oh, thank you. Dan Aykroyd, yeah, it's so much fun. I remember playing this before I was like in a modern board game, and we had this like casual game nights, and it was always a bunch of yelling, you know, I got 3 core and I want, you know, you're basically yelling for the commodities you want. So it's like being in the pit, right, at Wall Street and trading, and finally you're trying to, you know, get the most of one color or one item, like commodity or whatever. And when you corner the market, bing, ring the bell, the game is over and you've won. Really fun game. I still enjoy it. It's a bit loud for me these days, but I still enjoy it when I occasionally play it. Hey, he reviews his own game Bazaar, which I was talking about. Teaches the manipulation of equations, but painlessly. 10 relationships between colored chips are posted at the start of the game. Players use these to trade and retrade in an attempt to match combinations of 5 colors as closely as possible. Yep. Oh, of course, this is until you have one person holding one of each type. That's right. Talking about Pit, like, you know, corn of the market, like corn or wheat or whatever. So, anyways, folks, the Gamut of Games, Corthane ordered their own copy. I think that's great. I'm looking forward to trying a bunch of these games. These are new to me games from the 60s. I love the fact that Sid Saxon put this book together, and it's still out today. You can still find a copy. And like I said, in our Discord, we're playing Bowling Solitaire, and we'd love to have you join us. What I'm going to have y'all do now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some crossword puzzles. So let me get this ready here. And again, if you've never been here on Words on Wednesday, folks, I do crossword puzzles, word-based games, and I'd love for you to hang out with me and help me do a crossword. But first, let me set this up so I can do the crossword. Okay, is this right? Looks like. Okay, let's move on to that scene. Whoop. And what? Okay, is the audio working now, friends? I totally forgot. Thank you for reminding me, by the way. I totally forgot when I set up this new scene here. I forgot to add the mic. So hopefully you can hear that. Thank you for the reminder, Tangipu. Hey, look, we're at 45. Okay, cool. We're at 45 out of 50 total subs. Folks, let's hit 50 subs. And then from there, we're going to crank it up to 75 and then hopefully to 100. I really, I'd like to get back in the flow of things here. And thank you all for hanging out with me today. Let's start again. If you know the answer, a number like A1 for across or D1 for down. And I'm going to do all the acrosses first. So if you shot a down answer, I may skip it. So here we go. Let's start with Spanish tennis great Nadal. So Rafael. So is it Rafi? Yeah. Oh, Rafa. Nadal. Upgrade is machinery. Upgrade is machinery. I don't know. Uncertain. Cabbage by. Huh? Cabbage by the head. Blazer of the after party. Ooh, you all have to help me with that. Tara Lipinski. Analogy words. Like. No. As. No. Is to. Bridle path. Flower piece. Petal. Stash is gear. Stow. Oops. Japanese drama. Oh, what is it called? The O. No. Oh, I forgot the name of that. Cookbook contents, recipes, author ran I. Genre for composer Terrence Blanchard. I have no idea. Informer, you're oversharing. TMI. Caramel candies. Ooh. I don't know. Oops. Like some dangerous isotopes. Curry of the NBA. Seth Curry, not Steph. I look at Seth as brother, right? Bike part. Wheel. Nope. Tires. Seat. I don't know. Pedal. Come back to it. Quintet for most starfish. Arms. Prefix for a life-saving pen. E. Not so big. Small. Smaller. Knock. Wrap. Try to hit. At bat. Nope. Tell it like it isn't. Lie. Speed skater. Oh no. Oh, Apollo. Act parts. Huh. Past the point of carrying. Michelle of Crazy Rich Asians. Oh, Michelle Yeoh. She's awesome. Neighborhood. Secretive email option. Blind carbon copy. Uncommon rare. Assertion. Cookie used as a 12 down topping. 12 down topping. Cookie used. Come back to that. Admit frankly. Omit in speech. Spreadsheet unit is a cell. Soaks up the sun. Tans. Let's continue here. Calf roping event. It's a rodeo. Diet that's high in fats and low in carbs is illustrated by parts of the answers. Ooh. Illustrated by parts of the answers to the starred clues. Huh. Come back to that. Safari herbivore. Rhino. Oh, rhinos are herbivores? Really? Fabulous rider? Aesop? Figure often depicted with a scythe and a glass. Fate? Or no. Scythe. Oh, isn't it a... Oh my gosh. What is that called? Figure often depicted with a scythe and an hourglass. I was going to say death. Quality Beast Games. Hello, friend. Yeah, Real Bang Games. We're doing crosswords. It's Words on Wednesday. I love playing word-based games on every other Wednesday. So you're just in time for some crosswords. Ready for picking is ripe. Blank college. Blank college. Pakistani-born chef who was posthumously honored. Ooh. Posthumously. I don't know. Up the creek. Story as a tale. Part of For What It's Worth. Serious software. Fatal error. Dessert from 16 handles. Familiar. Huh? Signs of boredom. Yes. Yes. I totally made myself yawn with that. Yawns. Wicked. Sri Lanka. Sidelines cheer. Rah, rah, rah. Fertility lab cells. Not DNA. Maker of the deep blue chess computer, IBM. Workout top. Bodies of water, seas. Blank fail. Epic fail. Timbuktu's land. I have no idea. Predicament, spot. Flying horse, a steed. Blackbird, raven. What's the latest? Any news? NBC symbol is the peacock. Abby Wambach's sport is soccer or football. Juliet's cry, oh Romeo, where art thou? Whoops, oh Romeo. Okay. Moving on here, let's go to Winnie the Pooh agreeing. Hello. Hello. Tolerate. Wait. Abide. Sassy kid is a brat. Chocolate lava cake. Waffle wanker is an iron. Kill bugs. Kills bug dead spray. Raid. Hockey Hall of Famer Willie. No idea. Hit as this is snowballs. Pelt. Seize the day. Initialism. YOLO. Y'all still say YOLO? Upgrades machinery. Refit. Uncertain is iffy. Glazer of the Afterbar. I have no idea. Japanese drama. Genre for component. Okay, so opera. Candies. Rolos. YOLO. Rolo. Bike part. Bike part. Break. Try to hit. Aim at. Oh, scenes is the act parts. Past the point of carrying over it. Cookie use. Okay, it's an Oreo. So what is a froyo? Oh, frozen yogurt. Duh. Keto diet. Oh, Father Time is a scythe and hourglass. I was thinking, oh, the scythe, right? I was thinking, you know, death. But yeah, that's true. Electoral college. I was saying electrical. Oh, Fatima Ali. Okay, up the creek. Wicked. Rad. Lab cells. Oh, OVA. Fertility lab. Workup tot is a T. Alana. Okay. And radioactive. Hey, not bad. 6 minutes, folks. We can do another one. Or what we can do is go over. And you know what I always have fun with is... Oh, why don't we do Wordle? I haven't done Wordle in a while. Wordle. Michelle actually pointed this out the other day. We have not been keeping up with our Wordle. Sort of, I think we're just sort of over it. But let's see. There. I guess I should log in. It says I've played 4. Yeah, these stats don't look right. Log in or create a free account. Okay, I'm signed in as my email. And let's start Wordle, folks. So I'm doing the high contrast mode because for my eyes. And also doing hard mode, so any revealed hints must be used in subsequent guesses. So let's start with, hey, how about strap? The T is in the word. Okay, so now I have to use a T. Let's do... start with a T. T. How about TH? I-N-E. Thine. Oh, okay. So we got the TH, we got the E right. So what word, folks, do you think could be that? TH blank blank E. So, anyone guesses in chat? Willie Ori. Hey, Deadpan. Quality Beast. Dang, Roy, you're fast. What the heck? I love crosswords, Quality Beast. Let's see. What can we do? T-H O or U. It has to end in an E. So maybe not the U. T-H-O D-L E. Or maybe T-H-U J. But so it ends with an E. T-H-O-C-E, not those. T-H-O. Now, could be another E right there. Remember, there are times when you can have double letters. Something like there. But we already used the R. We know the R is not in it. So, any guesses in chat? Theme. Okay, Tangibu. We're going with Tangibu. Theme. I like that. Is it right? Oh. So, T-A. I'm thinking time. Right? Bum, ba, da, bum. Thank you, Tangibu. We did it. 4 guesses. So, current streak is 1. 5 played. Well, at least 5 played on this browser. But thank you, Tangibu. Well done. Okay, and speaking of Wordle, let's go. I love the New York Times. Now, I don't pay for this, but the mini is free. Today's mini, ready? So it's a quick crossword. Again, if you know it, let me know. Downturn, so we're doing the crosses. Music for a movie is a score. Kind of chemical compound NA. Is that? Oh, Liz, I don't know the name. I should be doing my homework here. Current events. Tennis match section. A set. Okay, oh, now we're going down. Duncan Purchase. Donut. Showy purple flower. Chest muscles for short pecs. Grabs a chair, sits. Oops. Sit. Aye. Sits. Center of the planet is the core. Let's go back over here. Downturn, a dip. And then this is Ionic, okay. And this is Liz Truss. 53 seconds, yay. And then there's another freebie we can do. We can do spelling bee. So this is just straight up, how many words can you make with the 7 letters? Okay. So, oh yeah, Carly Beast got it, and so did Deadpan. Well done, friends. Gotta head to bed, but good luck with the rest of it. Thank you so much, Quality Beast. Good to see you again. Thank you for your support of all things here, and also with TLN. Appreciate you. You know what they say about great minds. Okay, let's play spelling. So this is just straight up as many as you can do. You just type here. They have to be 4 more letters. Cannot be. Let me just make sure. Cannot be 3 letters. Pam. Correct. 4 or more letters. And I can hit the spacebar to jumble the letters. The thing is, you must always use the letter in the middle. So N. So I can do something like. Oh, this is sort of hard. What about? So nap is too short. Okay. So we can do something like N-O-O-N. Noon. Yes. Nope, can't do. I was gonna say nope, but no, you got. There's no E there. Let's see. Is Chan a word? Or oh no, chain. There's no I. Okay. So let's see. Chow, Ruel. Oh yeah, lots of. Oh well, no, Ruel can't do it because there's none there. We're talking Chow. Chow, quality beast. Thank you. Canny, right? Good one. And punch. Ooh, okay. Okay, so then we can do chop. Oh no, because it doesn't have the center letter. See, there it is, folks. Cannot do that. Must use the center letter. Sort says, so Ruel gave his new Dungeon Fighter Catacombs comes with skeleton chopstick. No way. You can use to throw the dice and gain a. Oh my, that is awesome, Slivers. Samurai Gamer. Oh my gosh, are you gonna stream that, Slivers? I would love to see that. Oh, that sounds so much fun. And again, it's such a hard game. I remember the original so hard. Okay, I want to get some more words. I've got 2 words, folks. This is not good. Antsy. Okay, there's a poncho. Look at that, poncho. Yes. Would ponch be one? No. And I'll shuffle the letters a little bit. Oi, honey. Oh no, honey is we're missing the E. Oh my gosh, this was a tough one today, folks. And on. I don't know. Last no streamings. I don't have anything. Oh, no worries. Kay Blake, thanks for the first time chat. Welcome, and let's try Canopy. Oh, that was a great word, Canopy. Well done. You, my friend, get bonus points. Thanks for joining. First time chatter. Way to jump into the chat, friend, with a big word like that. Canopy was great. What else? Anch, Aunch, Yacht, Knee. Any, we're short letters. Oh my gosh, this is tough. Really tough combo today, friends. Cano, can't. We had Canopy, thanks to our friend Hey Blake. Boney, ooh, nice one. Nice one. Angie Poo Brain. Oh, so if you're on the free plan like I am, they only give you a limited number of words, but I say that was a great job. So thank you, friends, for that. Appreciate y'all. Okay, so all right, that's going to do it, folks. We have been hanging out on Words on Wednesday, and I want to thank y'all. You know what? Just because you're here, let's do something special for you. Let's unbox a new game, right? Just showed up in the mailbox. I'm going to bring this out here. Just a quick review. We read excerpt of the Underdogs Catch a Cat Burglar. We also gave you a little synopsis of The Princess and the Scoundrel. It's the story of Princess Leia and Han Solo's wedding right after Return of the Jedi, before The Force Awakens. And we also took a look at the classic book by Sid Sackson, American game designer, Gamut of Games. I had to track this one used, and Corthane just ordered their copy as well. I want to thank Penguin Random House for sending those two new ones. And you know what's on the table, or what's going to be on the table right now? Just got this mail. Let's open it up, shall we? Is it Tiletum? Tiletum? I'm not sure if it's pronounced Tiletum or Tiletum. This is a new game from Board and Dice, and I got to see a sneak preview of it at Gen Con. It's the next in the T series, and folks, we're going to open it up right here, right now. Tiletum. I'm going to call it Tiletum. If anyone knows the correct pronunciation, please put it in chat, and I'll correct myself. But this is going to be, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. 1 to 4 players, 60 to 100 minutes. So I'm assuming it's that middle or midweight to heavyweight style game that Board and Dice does so well. The latest in the T series, as we know. Tiletum. I'll put the trash over here. Sorry about that. And, I'll tell you what, let's look at Europe first. Tiletum, welcome to early Renaissance Europe. You're a wealthy merchant looking to multiply your fortune, gain influence and recognition. While visiting cities spread all over the continent, you build trading posts and contribute to the construction of great cathedrals. You gain the favor of influential figures, inviting them into your homes and making use of their unique abilities. You gain profitable contracts and resources to fulfill them. Finally, when the time comes, you participate in fairs that yield great rewards and recognition. Will you become the greatest merchant of the early Renaissance? So here's the thing I'm going to point out right off the bat. The dice selection system is really interesting. It's a dice drafting and management game that uses simple rules to create a deep and strategic experience. On your turn, select a die from the main board. That's this one here. Receive your resources and your action points. And then use action points to gather bonuses from the top map of Europe while traveling with your merchant or architect to fulfill contracts, to interact with influential characters, and to build trading posts and pillars that will allow you to contribute to mighty cathedrals. Okay, sounds pretty cool, right? Very Euro-y, and you know, Board and Dice, they're very good at what they do. And this looks exactly like I guess I saw like an early production copy of it at Gen Con, because it really looks like that's what we played. Here are some of the figures, the historical figures, I believe. Oh no, it's just a picture of some grumpy dude. Glorious spires, friendly faces, all the different powers that you have here. All the bits, all the wooden bits, very, very nice. The rule book, and of course, always a big fan of solo mode rule book. I believe. Hey Jen, hi WOTSCQ, WOTSQC. Good to see you here, friend. I'm opening Tiletum. I believe that's it's, you know, if you're American English, you're probably saying Tiletum, but I believe it's Tiletum. Jen is fine. Thank you, Jen. So this is a new one from Board and Dice. I saw this previewed at Gen Con. I'm not sure of the release date. I hope there's no embargo. I hope I'm not breaking any rules here, but I'm showing you this solo mode rule book is, is it to confirm? Yep, there it is right there by David Turchi. See, a master solitaire game designer, and he does a lot of the solo stuff for Board and Dice as well. So I'm excited about that. Anytime you can get like a heavier game like this that has a solo mode, I'm all about. I'm pretty sure it has like a bot, the AI bot. At least that's what I heard. Yep, the Cardinal bot. Very thematic. So here are all the things where the punch outs we're going to do. Lots and lots of punch outs. There's that. Player boards and whatnot. All the coinage. The bits, resources, and whatnot. And the big old board. I remember seeing this board. And actually, I saw it when Monique and Naveen, before we played, they were getting their demo. And I just sort of stuck around and saw some of it. And then I had my own demo later that day. But I remember seeing the board. It was ginormous. So let's see what the board is here. Yep. Yeah. So there it is. What are you going to do? Oh my gosh. Drink. I should probably move these books out of the way. What you're going to do, this is where the wheel of your dice are going to go. You're selecting here almost like a rondelle. And then you're going to be going on the tracks. You have different tracks. And you have the map here where you're going to go. Of course, the scoreboard and all the different actions and bonuses that you can take. Very big, big game. A heavier game. And I cannot wait to play it. We are going to be doing, I think we're going to be doing either this one and or Terracotta Army here on my channel. I'm still working out the details with Board and Dice, but come back for that, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun, and thank you again for hanging out with me today. Appreciate that. So what we did, it was Words on Wednesday. This is where I read excerpts from books and graphic novels, and I looked at, today I looked at a very special one, an old school book, Gamut of Games. It's been long out of print, but it's by famed designer Sid Saxon. Also did some crosswords, or did a crossword from the LA Times, my favorite, and also unboxed a Tiletum or Tiletum. So thank you again. My name is Ruel Gaviolo. This is Tabletop Tonight. Let's find someone to raid and continue the party. Again, thank you all for hanging out with me today. This was great. Who can we raid now? Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Raiding time. Let's see who is playing board games or anything like board games. Tabletop Royale. Board Game House. Let's go raid Board Game House. Our friends. We got to meet them at Gen Con. They're wonderful people. Let's show them some love. Board Game House. Board Game House. Oh, that's Board Game Blitz. Let's see what they're up to. They look like they're playing. Is that Maracaibo? I don't know what they're playing, but we're gonna start the raid now. And friends, appreciate y'all. You've been great. Again, this was sort of impromptu. My schedule's been all crazy these days, but have a wonderful day, and I'll be streaming again soon. Join the Discord if you haven't already. I'm gonna drop it one more time. Join the Discord. I announce all the streams right then and there. So, and also on the socials. So I'm gonna start the raid, and we'll see y'all later. All right, bye now. Oh, where's the buy button? Bye.